Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. I have officially been working in my dream sewing space for 6 months now. It has just ticked over the 6-month mark when I put the finishing touches on this space and actually started working down here full time. And I want to start off this video by saying it has literally been such a dream. Before this space, I was working upstairs in this little corner of our hallway. It has a beautiful view of the river I live on, and a lot of people were quite confused as to why I wanted to leave that beautiful space and do up this dingy basement and use this as my sewing space instead, which is totally valid. And the main reason is I just did not have enough room up there. I got super burnt out from sewing, if I'm being honest, from working up in that space, mainly because I could not physically set my camera up and film the sewing process without sewing in really weird contorted positions, and it was just so impractical to have the camera sitting next to me while I sewed. There was no space, so occasionally I would put my camera on the table next to me so I could show the sewing process, but then that would bump up and down as I sewed. It was just honestly a nightmare. So to have a whole room dedicated to my sewing and my filming and being able to run everything Rosery Apparel down in this space has just been literally a dream come true, and has made waking up of a morning and getting stuck into work just so much less frustrating, I guess. So yeah, now I actually enjoy coming down here and starting my workday, whereas before I would kind of dread it because it was just such a frustrating situation. But the other reason why I wanted to have this space as my sewing space is it just is really nice to have a bit of a separation from my home and my work, and that could not be more true. Now that I've been working down here for 6 months, it's just so nice to be able to close the door at the end of the day and go up into my house and forget about all of my work stuff. But after 6 months of working down here, I have noticed a few things that need a little bit of TLC and a little bit of fixing up. I want to go through all the things that have maybe not worked so well and fix them up and make them better. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the first task, which has to do with my clothing rack next to me. Here is my beloved clothing rack, which you can't actually see at the moment because I've got a cloth covering it up. Something I didn't really consider is that during winter, the sun is low enough that it streams into this space beautifully all day. It is honestly one of my favorite things about the space, but I have foolishly put my clothing rack right next to the window, which means it does get a little bit of sunlight on it from time to time. In all of my videos, I obviously don't have this cloth covering my clothing rack. I like to have my clothes on display, and honestly during summer, which is when I kind of built the clothes rack, the sun is so high up in the sky it doesn't reach into the space as much as it does during winter, but I still like to cover them up anyway to prevent any sun damage. And this cloth has been doing okay. I basically just clip it onto my clothes hangers and it does a good job, but it's not ideal. I would like to make something a little bit more pretty and maybe even put some hooks up onto the beams to be able to tie up the curtain and cover up the clothes rack properly. So what I plan to do is I actually got given a whole bunch of gorgeous tablecloths from my beautiful neighbour. She found out that I'm really into sewing and love upcycling old textiles and things, so she had these tablecloths in her stash and kindly gifted them to me to use in my sewing projects. And I think making a curtain out of these to protect my handmade clothing is just going to be such a beautiful little touch to this sewing space. This one in particular is so gorgeous. It's got some pink flowers with green leaves, and pink and green is definitely kind of the color scheme in here, so I think this is going to be perfect. Really, it's quite large as well. It's pretty much covering the whole clothes rack, which is ideal. I also have this embroidered tablecloth with this tiny little mint green border, which is beautiful. Lastly, I have another huge embroidered tablecloth. This one's just plain white with a really subtle embroidered design. I might be able to make the whole curtain just out of this piece maybe. This one does have holes in it though, so I think I would have to line it, but that's okay because I've got this old sheet I was already using that I could line it with. I might piece a few different tablecloths together, or I might just use this one big one. It should be a pretty straightforward project. So I've just hung up this flower tablecloth just to see what the sizing's like. It's almost perfect and I just can't get over the colour combo. Like I just think it works so perfectly down here. So I think I'm going to use this tablecloth as the main tablecloth piece. I've had a bit of a think about it, and even though this one is so gorgeous and special, I think there's enough fabric in this one to potentially make a full dress out of it, or even like use it in a quilt project or something. So I'm gonna save this one for another day. And then to make this tablecloth a bit better size-wise, I've got this little piece of terracotta linen fabric that I think I'm just gonna add maybe to the bottom, just to cover the bottom of the dresses a little bit better. And then I can also make a little top tie to be able to tie this curtain up as well. I really think this fabric works so perfectly with the little flower motif on this tablecloth. So yeah, I'm going to use this to add a little bit of length. Okay, next on the list is to just do a bit of a tidy up of my cupboards. This one here doesn't look so bad. It's still just as neat as it was the day I put all these fabrics in here. It's probably because I've been buying so many new fabrics lately instead of using the fabrics already in my stash. So that's not something to be proud of, honestly. This green one, on the other hand, is a different story. I basically have all of my sewing supplies and different bits and pieces in here, as well as all of my scrap fabrics, sewing patterns, things like that. I usually rummage around in here and look for something multiple times a day, hence why it's in a bit of a state. I don't know what to do about it, honestly. Like, I think I definitely need a bit of reorganization in here, and then I also need to give my scrap fabrics a massive reorganize. They are just all over the place at the moment. So yeah, I might just do a little time lapse of me cleaning this up and then show you what it looks like afterwards. So it's a lot better than it was. It's still not perfect. I think I need to do a bit of a scrap fabric cull, so potentially stay tuned for some scrap fabric bundles popping up on my website in the near future. This is definitely a lot neater, and I've also decided to utilize this thrifted sewing basket that I picked up a few months ago. I've just popped in a few of the essential sewing tools that I have that I use on a regular basis. I just feel like this is a great way to store those, and that way I don't have to be rummaging around in this cupboard so much. And I don't want to hide this basket away. It is way too pretty, so I've got it out on display at all times. But yeah, let's move on to the next task, which is a bit of a big one. Okay, the pink floor is one of my favorite things about this space. I am still so pleased with my decision of painting the concrete pink. Any color would have been better than the actual concrete gray color that it was. And the pink just adds a really cute, fun element to the space that I really, really like. And the flooring has held up pretty well thanks to the big rug I have in the space that covers the majority of it. So you just see the pink around the outside of the rug, which is perfect. It's not too much at all. But in the area that doesn't have the rug, and in the area where this table gets rolled over quite frequently, It has really started to chip a little bit, a lot worse than I was expecting if I'm being honest. And there are some areas where the actual concrete has started to become exposed. The concrete itself was pretty crumbly and not the best quality, so it has crumbled away in a few areas, and what I'm hoping to do today is sand those areas back and just paint over them again. I think it's just going to be one of those things where to have the pink floor, I'm just going to have to maintain it over time, which I'm totally okay with because I think the overall look of the pink floor is worth it. So while I wait for the floor to dry, I'm gonna get on with the next task, which is to make a sewing machine cover for my sewing machine. Up until now, I've just been using the really simple plastic cover that came with the machine, but as you can see, it is falling to pieces. So I'm actually going to use a tutorial I shared a few years ago for a really simple sewing machine cover. I'll have it linked below if you want to make one for yourself. It's basically a rectangle of fabric that folds over the machine and has little ties at the side to be able to keep it nicely covered up. So yeah, making a cover for this machine has been on my to-do list for months now, and I just have not got my act together to do it, so I'm going to do it now. I actually have a tiny bit of leftover fabric from when I made my bench seat cover, so I think I might use this just so it nicely ties in with that. And then I also have a bit of leftover terracotta peachy linen that I think would look really nice on the inside. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly whip up this sewing machine cover and then hopefully the paint will be dry. I also have this cover here for my overlocker that I did make using one of my tutorials as well. It's actually a stand mixer or KitchenAid cover, but I now like to put my KitchenAid out on my bench on display. So I've just started using it to cover up my overlocker instead, and it's perfect. So yeah, I'll have that tutorial linked below as well. You can use it for your stand mixer or your overlocker. And I'm finally up to the last task on my to-do list. The last thing that I've just been putting off for way too long is to put a plant in my pink jelly planter. I had been trying to propagate a cheese plant I had. It was kind of dying, so I tried to revive it and I snipped little bits off to try to get it going again, and it just did not happen. I really want to put a cheese plant in this pot because they kind of like are a vine. I just can envision it growing like crazy and then being able to like drape it up along the nails and stuff around this corner I think would look so cool. So I went to Bunnings yesterday and picked up a new cheese plant and I'm gonna plant it today finally. So yeah, let's go outside and plant this plant. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate how well my maidenhair fern is doing? I am so proud of this. I'll put a little shot of what it looked like when I first bought it. It has grown so much and I'm so proud of it. I also bought this little spritzer and I just spray the plant with this a few times a week and it is just thriving. I am chuffed with that. I hope it does well here. It does say it needs like quite sunny conditions. Already now it's the afternoon, so the sun has gone to the other side of the house, so it's not as sunny in here now, but during the morning it is quite sunny, so fingers crossed it does well down here. So yeah, that was the last task on my to-do list of things that I've been meaning to do for literally months and just have been putting off. Sometimes making a video about your to-do list is the best kind of motivator. It's now looking so beautiful and lovely down here, and yeah, all the little details I've added have just elevated the space once again, and I'm so happy with all the changes and fixes I've done today. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this sewing studio update. It's, like I said, just been such a joy to work down here. I love this space so much. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. In fact, it's even better than I wanted it to be. And yeah, working down here every single day is such a joy. If you enjoyed this little update and this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you could give it a like. And be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more sewing type videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.